Yeah.
And I told you, I'm like, once you make over, like, you know, once you get to, like, the 4 or 5 million point, I don't care if you cheat on me. I'm like, as long as you take care of me,
Okay.
buy me what I want, I don't care.
Okay, perfect. Where you said that if a guy has a lot of female friends, he's less likely to cheat. I actually agree with that. I actually do. I think that it is because he gets validation. And also, this is the other thing. Those guys know that if we break up, he's going to find someone else. Often, guys will be like, hey, I'm dating a girl, and I want her to have sex with only me and not have sex with other dudes, and then I'll go, like, try to cheat, like, shoot my shot and try to cheat with other people, but at least I have her locked down. You see what I'm saying? But a guy who has a tremendous amount of abundance, he doesn't need that. He knows that he could switch and be with another person.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then that also means that the girl, I feel like when a girl's with a hot guy, she carries herself differently. Like, she knows, like, okay, well, I have this arm candy that all the girls want, so I'm going to, like, elevate myself a little bit. Not so much amongst the men, but amongst the girls.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So girls look at her differently with her man.
One of my friends, she's a huge model, and she says to me, my favorite kind of guys are outrageously tall, medium ugly with a touch of autism. That's how she describes it.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
She dates Thunder from Down Under, guys. Yeah, sure.
So she's very much into that, and it makes sense. It's really interesting because Mackin is discussing something that seems to be a trend where women are saying this. Now, here's the thing. I think another part of the reason is because women do not care about a man's physical attractiveness as much as the other way around. And the thing that women find most attractive about men, when you ask them, when they surveyed, it's actually upper body muscle. It's not facial symmetry. You'll see women sometimes with guys who are just fucking hulks and they're not that good looking, or professional athletes who are not that handsome in the face, but they're 6'4" and make $50 million a year. Like,
nice teeth.
And maybe have okay. There you go. Nice teeth. Nice teeth is a good one too.
What I'm
Teeth is a big thing.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, have you guys ever seen a guy that you did not find attractive initially, and then afterwards, once you got to know him, you found him more attractive? Does that ever happen? You guys, this happened?
Every
almost
boyfriend
really-
I've ever had.
Say that again?
You saw a guy, and when you looked at him initially, it wasn't something wrong with him, but he just seemed very medium. There was nothing particularly special about him. And then he was very mad. He was medium ugly. And then when you got to know him, you found him to be more attractive. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Yeah.
All of you? Yeah. So everyone in here. So you understand, for men, it really doesn't work that way. If we don't find you physically attractive, we're not going to find you more physically attractive because you're a good listener. Like, that's just generally, men are not like that. There are exceptions, but for the most part, it's funny because Alan Roger Curry wrote this in his book. He's like, when men have a problem with women rejecting them, consider an incredibly unattractive woman demanding that you have sex with her. Do you have the right to tell her no? Yes. So a woman has the right to reject you. And then, so that's the way he said it. I thought that was really interesting. Anyway,
Exactly. I was just going to say, I think there needs to be sort of a standard deviation of like 1 point of attractiveness for a guy to be just a little bit hotter than the girl, or just a little bit, just slightly a little bit above her. So there's just that imbalance right there where that woman is looking up to that guy all the time.
Yeah.
Because women cannot look up to a guy who is her equal, right? She has to be. There has to be something that's value added, whatever that is, whether it's person had perfect teeth, whatever it is. But
So
there has to be something a
stability,
little
and
bit bigger.
structure. I'm a wife. I'm taken care of. My husband can go and find another me if he wanted to.
Exactly.
A girl would move into my place if she could. So it has nothing to do with looks, has nothing to do with anything. He knows he's a very high value man, and he takes care of me. And the lifestyle he gives his wife, women want. So he goes and laid back, chill. I can go and, get all mad and then he's like, really? Really? Another girl would want to come in and take the headache that you have. But I think when a woman is really dating a man of value, because it doesn't matter if you're popping bottles at the club, like all of us girls, we want a guy who's going to take care of us, not go take us shopping, take care of you. When you wake up on the first, your bills are paid. When you want to go and get groceries, you have that. When you want to go and do self-care, you go do that. So when you have a man that gives you that as a woman, whether I'm more attractive or he's more attractive, he's doing something for me that is always going to elevate me.
so that's a leverage point. So let me ask you real quick. Go ahead.
So I had a talk with my boyfriend the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm like, I love you so much. I like a hardworking guy. Like, that's my type.
Yeah.
And I told you, I'm like, once you make over, like, once you get to like the 4 or 5 million point, I don't care if you cheat on me. I'm like, as long as you take care of me,
Okay.
buy me what I want,
So,
I don't care.
Okay,
Give
perfect.
me a credit card.
Okay, first off, media team, I want you to clip this. Number one. Number two, now I want to ask you guys, ladies, because we did this before.
No.
I had said, so the first time we asked this question.
It's a dead no. It's a hard no. I will go crazy. Crazy.
First time we asked this question, most of the girls agreed. I actually had inside on my show, so that's Kayla Loren and CJ Sparks. They both agreed. And so I'm going to ask you, ladies, if a man provided for you financially pretty much anything you wanted, would you accept some level of infidelity? Anybody?
No.
Huh?
I would.
No. Like, do we get to do it as well?
Do you get a hall pass?
Do you get a hall pass?
You're no longer in a
No, that's
relationship.
not how.
Are you telling each other about it? Like, if you're honest?
No, he's hiding it from you.
No.
Totally.
Oh, then
you don't,
no.
and you don't find out about it.
No.
See, like I've seen like so I was host at like Sapphires in New York for like a while, being a host. And like literally the wives, like they would come in with their like husbands all the time, and they were like the happiest like wives and stuff like that, and they do it together, and they were so happy. Like I don't mind doing, like I'm like doing it together and stuff like that. I'd be like whatever.
So
you know,
I think
that's
the
different.
biggest point of
That's
different.
But like with
Yeah.
cheating too, like I also saw the side where the husband would go out, the wife, but the wife didn't care because the wife was getting like a Birkin or a new bag every time. Up, so messed up. So like the wife didn't care. The wife was like,
no,
whatever. I'm gonna get a Birkin. I'm gonna like use the money.
So other than Bella, does anybody have? You would accept that?
So no, I just have a point to say. Like the biggest point of contention for me is the like the sneakiness, rather.
So
than
if he told you, ladies, if he told you, would it be okay? Anyone you?
If I can do it too.
Okay, now here's the next one. Now, if you can do, if you can do it too, so you have a polyamorous relationship, you can both go outside the relationship. Would you accept that? Raise your hand if you guys would accept that. So a few of you accept that. That's crazy.
Because it's fair.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. No, but
I agree that it's fair.
Because you're
Yeah.
building the honesty at the end of the day, and that's
No,
the biggest thing.
I'm with you, but I'm like I'm starting to understand where this country's
Michael,
going.
Yeah, but what you guys don't realize. Remember when we were all young, right? And we wanted to like drink alcohol because we couldn't do it, right? And now that we can drink alcohol, we don't care about it that much. That's how guys are. Like when they like know that they can cheat and get away with it because the wife doesn't care, then they're not gonna want to. And especially if the wife's okay with other girls and likes other girls, they're not gonna want to cheat because why do they have to cheat?
I totally agree with that.
If
you guys are, if there's other women involved in this guy cheat,
Yes.
Let me say this. Oh, let me look at the camera right here. If you're a dude and your girl brings other girls home and you cheat on her, you because you're ruining it for the rest of us. You, bro.
No, because there is, I mean,
at that point.
You can say that, but they can build an emotional connection with that side girl, with the whatever, and they can't leave you.
And then that side girl can get disrespectful, and those, there's all these like.
There's a lot of variables.
But if you're with your man doing it, like you can control the situation,
You cannot
You can't control nobody.
I disagree. I think you can have a girl to control the threesome. Absolutely. The main girl does kind of control the threesome by default.
Threesome you can control, but it's after the threesome. It's after, he'll have her number. He'll have access to this girl. And they're going to message and they're going to,
Can I ask you a question, though?
I have a
question to ask you. Okay. So, like, if you're, like, a worker, like, like a worker.
Sex worker?
Yes. And, like, and a couple hires you to have a threesome, are you really going to care or is it about the money?
For me, do I care about the couple?
No, I'm saying, are you really going to care about wanting to get the guy, or is it about the money they're giving you at the time?
For me, no, I don't care about the man. I actually have more respect for the women.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's about the money.
But
so
not
if you hire
all
someone,
women. Not all women are the same.
And sometimes it might just be, hey, babe, I want a threesome. I'm at excess. Let's pick up a chick in the club. That chick's not working. She's having fun. She sees him spending. She's like, ooh,
see, that's why I think it's safer to
Bree, you're an amazing woman and you need your own show.
Yes. And I will let you know that the husband